After what was a long day yesterday heading to and through Istanbul, it's great to be at the campsite here about 50 kilometres outside of the city, and we've been camping on the shores of the Black Sea. And it's been an amazing trip so far. It's been brilliant, obviously having the Bailey Advanced motorhome, great bike rack on the back, the bike's safe at all times. Weather's pretty grim at the moment, but I'm still going to be heading out and getting some miles in, because I just think it's a great way to see somewhere and get a real idea of what the culture's like in the area you're in. And I think that's one of the joys of travelling, is just to go and experience different cultures.
So here we are, halfway point of the Bristol to Bosphorus challenge. We're here in the surprisingly cold Istanbul, and we'd like to welcome Ryan Philpott, who's joining the team.
Hello everybody.
Second half of the trip. So good to see you, Ryan.
It's so good to be here. It's a bit colder than we thought it was going to be. There is a blue sky through there, it's coming through.
So we're going to do a bit of sightseeing today. I think we're going to go to the Grand Bazaar.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. It's amazing. It's that thing with Istanbul, it's like East meets West, isn't it?
So it's a fabulously exciting city. We had a very adventurous journey yesterday. And tonight, Dean Edwards is going to cook us up a Turkish feast. I can't wait.
It's fantastic. Having a bloke that came second on MasterChef cooking for us, it's a joy, isn't it?
You do need to take time to get used to the customs, and
you've got to embrace the culture. If you're going to come here, you've got to look up a few things that are going to get you ingratiated to the locals.
And that makes it more fun and more exciting, more of an adventure.
It certainly is, which this is.
Indeed.
Thanks, Simon.
Evening everybody, I'd like to introduce the newest member of the Bristol to Bosphorus team. It's TV chef Dean Edwards.
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us. I mean, most importantly, you're a Bristol boy, so obviously this was a must for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get to do something like this. You know, I thought you were pretty mad when I heard about it. 21 countries, 21 days.
Well, glad to have you. And I mean, obviously your main role really is going to be feeding the troops, and you've kicked off in fine style tonight.
Do you know what? I will confess a little thing. Didn't really have much of a plan. My only plan is, as we're travelling through the country, is to be inspired by the things that we see, the ingredients that I see. For me, that is all I need for my inspiration.
You got the thumbs up from the Bailey team, and perhaps more importantly, you got the thumbs up from some of the locals who came along to sample the food.
Was the real pressure. So we had Dean's parents and family coming along tonight, and his mum's a great cook. She brought us a dessert tonight, which was exceptional. To get the thumbs up is massive for me, and I love that.
So how do you find cooking in the caravan?
Well, basically, you've got a few different options, and that's what makes it exciting. Not only do we have the hobs and ovens within the caravans, you've got the option to go outside. So we've brought with us a kadak, we've got a fire pit, but you've got everything here, every amenity that you could possibly want in your home kitchen. That mealtime is so essential, just to kind of share the stories of the day, like this evening where we've all come together, shared a meal, celebrated a birthday. You know, it's amazing, and there's a buzz, there's an excitement about what's going to happen.
Very much. Thank you. So, are we now in no man's land, yeah?
The second guy is going to want the guy with whom the insurance was registered.
So we came through the first bit of border control at 4:15. It's now 7:30, and we're still here in no man's land. It's now, what's time?
It is now 8:30.
8:30, and
We've been here for 4.25 hours. The sunset was gorgeous.
here's our 3 vans in no man's land between Turkey and Bulgaria.
So here we are, day 14 in our 14th country on the Bristol to Bosphorus challenge, and that's Bulgaria. We finally left Turkey yesterday. We set off from Istanbul. We loved it so much there that we were loath to leave the country, and that was fortunate because Turkish customs kept us entertained on the border for 8.5 hours while we sorted out vehicle paperwork. But here we are now in wonderful Bulgaria, and look at the view, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. We're on a lovely site which is owned by a British couple who set up here. They moved here with a Bailey caravan, an old Bailey pageant, and they've set up a British style site in the middle of Bulgaria, and it's absolutely beautiful. We've just had a full cooked breakfast, so we've got a real taste of home. So spirits have really been raised, and the team are now looking forward to the next part of the journey.
Good morning and welcome to Transylvania here in Romania, and the sun is shining, the birds are tweeting, the vampires are falling from the treetops, and we've got Dean here. And Dean Edwards yesterday had his first experience of driving a motorhome. How was it?
I did. Actually, I was a little bit nervous, I won't lie, because actually not only was it my first time driving a motorhome, first time driving abroad as well. So a few nerves, but actually once I kind of got my head around it, I really enjoyed the experience.
The thing is, I actually yesterday for the first time did my first towing. I have to say, I think it's one of those things, a bit like, I suppose it's a bit like you're a footballer, a bit like going in for a tackle. If you're going 100% and you mean it, you won't get injured.
I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to actually tow the caravan now. We've got to do it.
You've got to do it. You've got to
throw yourself in.
Yeah, you've got to do it. And anyway, you know, we're taking this for granted. We might not get out of Castle Brown alive.
Dracula's Castle has to be, for me, the #1 destination I want to visit on this trip. We're finally here. So if you don't see me in a couple of hours, send out a search party.
So Lance, we did a fair bit of driving today, and you had an opportunity to experience driving in Romania on highways, on highway speeds and past the trucks. What do you reckon?
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, it's the first time I've towed internationally. Haven't towed on the wrong side of the road compared to Australia as well, so that's all challenging as itself. But no, it's quite easy. It's just having a normal small trailer behind you. It just guides along.
Look, the vans are towing beautifully, aren't they? They're really well balanced between the caravan and the car. The tow vehicles, the Skodas, are performing brilliantly. Fuel economy is excellent. I really enjoy driving them.
Yeah, they're smooth as.
Cheers.
Good evening from the Bristol to Bosphorus team. We're on day 16, country 16. Today we cross the Danube into the wonderful city of Budapest, the capital city of Hungary. We decided to give our chefs the night off, and we're going to hit the town to find out what it has to offer. So come on team, let's go!
So when we crossed over the border into Slovakia, there was a police checkpoint, a few minor checks there, but crossing into the Czech Republic, all we saw was a sign. So it's pretty much, if you're crossing from France into Germany or somewhere closer to home, the border crossing was no more tough than that. But en route, we also went into Bratislava. First time for me, never been. We only saw it from the car, but it looked like a really nice place. Great architecture, but yet another bridge for us to cross, obviously. I don't think we're quite going to top that one in Istanbul, but yeah, we're ticking off a lot of destinations and yeah, thoroughly enjoying it.
So we're here in Prague, we're at this amazing farmers market, and the produce here is absolutely incredible. We've got one night left with everyone together, so I'm going to cook up a massive feast, and I'm sure I'm not going to be lost for inspiration here. Right, let's go. So I think I'm going to make a really nice coleslaw tonight, maybe with a bit of red cabbage, red onions, carrots, maybe even a little bit of celeriac in there. It'd be quite nice with a bit of mustard or horseradish. So that's all the shopping done now. Got my cheeses for my mac and cheese. We'll head back to the camp and start cracking on with dinner. Thank you.
So this is the end of the third leg of the trip here in Prague. We've got 3 more days left on the road, and we'll be heading back through Germany, Belgium and the Netherlands, arriving back in Bristol on Sunday in 3 days' time. It's been fantastic so far. It's been a real adventure, probably more of a challenge than previous adventures we've had, all of which have been really man-made rather than climatic.
But on the whole, to try and cross 21 countries in 21 days with the car and caravan, it's been epic.
It's been a tremendous achievement. Everyone's really mucked in. It's been a great collective effort. And not only border controls have been an issue, we've had to deal with variable road conditions. In terms of the vehicles themselves, I mean, we took 2 Bailey caravans and a Bailey motorhome with us, and once again they've stood up really well. We've had a few niggles along the way. Fortunately, we've got a Bailey technical team to sort those out, but fundamentally they perform admirably. And the tow wheels have been fantastic. We've had 2 Skoda tow vehicles, an Octavia and a Kodiaq, and we were lucky enough today to go and see where the Octavia was made.
The Skoda folks at the factory were brilliant. I mean, every bit as brilliant as the cars have been. I've been driving the white 𝗚𝗲𝘃cie for most of the time, and it's been amazing. For a family estate car, not a particularly big family estate car, it has done incredibly well. A 5,000 mile trip, 21 countries, 21 days. It's had a lot of punishment, been on lots of different road surfaces. Oh, yeah, it's been great, been really good.
I mean, it's been a fantastic trip once again. I mean, we've had up to about 20 people taking part in the trip, and it's been a fantastic effort by everybody, and that's what makes this sort of event a real success. It's been a real experience for all of us, seeing a tremendous part of the world, seeing and plenty of places that perhaps we wouldn't have done if we weren't in a caravan or a motorhome, because a lot of the venues we've talked about, Istanbul, Budapest, you can fly to them, but you miss out all the tremendous places in between, and I think that's what makes this sort of trip so special.
But also we've had people towing that have never towed before. I mean, I'm not talking about people who haven't got much towing experience, but have never towed before. And I think they've done exceptionally well. And Marcus and Dean, who have been cooking for us, I mean, above and beyond. But it just goes to show that if you're in your caravan or motorhome, well, you can cook chef standard food.
And you can enjoy the world's cuisine.
Absolutely, yeah.
So thank you everyone for being part of our adventure, and I hope you've enjoyed following us at home on our journey.
What's happened here with our Bristol trip has been absolutely awesome. It's been a brilliant trip, it's been brilliantly organised. I feel very honoured to have been asked to come along.
It's been absolutely amazing experience being with the team, travelling all different countries, which many of them I haven't been.
So after a long few days away, we've had a wonderful time. It's bye from Lance and I, and I'd just like to say that go Australia!
But it's been brilliant. It's been absolutely fantastic. I think we've learned an awful lot about how it all works.
Intercontinental caravanning, it's definitely been fun.
It's been a great team. I've really enjoyed spending time with everyone, and really going to miss them as well, actually. So here's to the next one.
And since then, I've been called Mr. Big.